Okay. So, question number 3. Another chemical ion test, so this is GCSE chemistry only. A student is given a solution of an unknown compound. He adds dilute nitric acid and then silver nitrate. He then observes a white precipitate. Now, straight away, you should be able to look at that and think, oh, yes, the test for halides. That's what your brain should be conjuring up at this stage. And then when it's white, no way can you. The white should be the chloride. Name the negative ion found in the unknown compound. It should have been the chloride. You either write it, because it says name, I would argue that you write it like this. Explain why, because that's a formula. So explain why a white precipitate was produced. It's asking you why a white precipitate was produced. Well, you could argue what actually was going on was the silver ions reacted with the chloride to give you a solid silver chloride. But does that answer the question? I guess what they're asking is your knowledge on what precipitates are. So precipitate really is a solid which doesn't dissolve, so it's insoluble. So you could have just said doesn't dissolve, insoluble. So they're actually asking you in this question what the precipitate is. It's a bit of an iffy question in my head, because I may not have thought this is what they wanted, but they're actually asking why precipitate is formed. And obviously a precipitate is a solid and it doesn't dissolve, so it'll just sit there. Describe a chemical test that a student could carry out to confirm a compound contains carbonate. So we're asking for a test for carbonate ions now. So what test could we use? What chemical test could we use to prove the carbonate's present? Sorry. Okay, so test for carbonate, you could have used possibly hydrochloric acid, and that would react with the carbonate and give you carbon dioxide. And what you would see was some fizzing from the carbonate. If you wanted to further prove that, you could use lime water. And your fizzing, or if you could use like a pipette, you can actually, which is a really dodgy kind of thing, but it can be done. With the carbon dioxide bubbles coming out, you could actually use a pipette to try and pick up the bubbles of gas, put them into a test tube of lime water, and you should see it go cloudy. So lime water goes cloudy. That's one way you could do it.